All right, let's talk.
The Drive.
The best show in town.
On KFA.
Wondering, where does Stranglehold fall in your favorites list of the songs you've done?
Yeah, might as well play the best guitar lick in the world when you got access to it.
Why not?
Congratulations. Happy barbecue season 2017.
There you go. Ted Nugent joins us. He'll be at the Cotillion on Friday night. Your career has spanned so many years now.
Have you noticed that?
I have noticed that.
You don't think I'm having any fun at all, do you?
My career spanned a lot of years, too, but yours has been a little different.
Yeah, but the difference between my career and everybody else's is that mine is more adorable. Mine's precious. My career is like gravity defying. It's like I'm riding a middle finger through a firestorm. People are roasting marshmallows from the flames coming out of my ass. How precious is that?
That's an interesting visual.
Jack Oliver, it's all yours.
Come on, close your eyes. I know you can see it. I know you can live it. I know you can smell it. Come on, boys. Rock and roll.
You know how many tickets you just sold? We don't even need to continue this conversation. It's a sellout.
We didn't even need to start it. Who are you kidding? I'm just having the time of my life, and I thought I'd share it with Jack and Bob in Wichita, because Wichita deserves me. I love this stuff. I love it more in 2017 than I did when I was a small black child in Detroit in 1950.
Well, Ted, we can see why you started writing books and creating television shows, because you can change things into such visual.
Are you claiming that I'm verbose and imaginative? Is that what you're claiming?
An original. That's what we're claiming.
Well, again, I've been clean and sober for 69 years. So when you take good care of your sacred temple and you eat all your venison like a good boy, I'm telling you, the world has no limitations. You guys have heard of the road less traveled? I avoid the road less traveled. I go where no road exists and no one dares to travel. I'm like Sacagawea, and you're Lewis and Clark.
Ted, what did you learn first, guitar or showmanship?
Well, God, the guitar, I was born in 1948. Les Paul had just electrified the damn thing, So I was in the whirlwind, the vortex of what Chuck Berry and Bo Diddley and Duane Eddy and Lonnie Mack and the Ventures, and then ultimately the Beach Boys and the Stones and the Beatles. But way before the Beach Boys and the Stones and the Beatles figured all this out, I was already playing Chuck Berry and Bo Diddley and Little Richard and Jerry Lee Lewis and Elvis Presley music in Detroit, like 1957, 1958. And when it erupted like that, and I don't care how old you guys are, but you have to admit, when you hear certain driving, sexy, grinding, uppity rock and roll songs, it brings an energy level that nothing else quite compares. So when you're there when they just invented it, and then you gathered yourself some killer drummers and bass players and a bunch of guys that wanted to pursue this Chuck Berry happiness, it had a life of its own. So when you play that kind of music the way I was raised by the Black Gods of Thunder, they were such emoting and authoritative, emotional, outrageous musicians that your body can't just stand there, regardless of what Tom Petty thinks. You can't just stand there and play this music. You got to start humping air. You got to start grinding, and especially with the high energy music that I was raised in Detroit by Mitch Wright and the Detroit Wheels and all those unbelievable bands that are still alive and well today. You can't hold back. It's like, I don't know, it's like sex. It's like a great meal. You can't eat a great meal and not make little animal noises. It's so delicious. So I'm an alive son of a bitch, and that's why my music is like it is. And the showmanship was an unstoppable force because of the music. Same reason the audiences go nuts when you play great music is the same reason I go nuts, because I'm a fan of the music. I'm a craver. I'm a music lover before I'm a musician. I just had to be a musician because I wanted to make my own musical statements based on what Chuck and Bo taught me,
Ted Nugent joins us. He'll be at the Cotillion Friday night on this tour that he's on. He'll also be in Texas. I believe you're there right now, aren't you, Ted?
Yeah, I'm here in Texas. I wore out my Labradors today. They're completely schnookered. It's so damn hot down here. We killed a squirrel, and they just had the time of their lives, but now they're passed out, unconscious on the floor. It's beautiful. My dogs are the happiest dogs in the world, which is the same reason my band is the happiest band in the world. They don't retrieve squirrels, but the music I give them is just intoxicating. It's just stupid. It's so much fun.
Take us back to the very beginning in Amboy Dukes. What do you remember about that experience? How did it come about? What did you gain from it? How much did that mean in your growth as a musician?
Well, first of all, there was a beginning way before the Amboy Dukes. I had a band in Detroit in 1955. I was only 7 years old, and we played sock hops and malt shops and pool parties. And we were playing, Chuck Berry and Bo Diddley stuff because we couldn't help ourselves. We just had to go to the next level instead of just listening to it. We wanted to, execute it. We wanted to fondle it and swan dive into it. So by the time I was 10, I had a band in Detroit playing at school dances and parties, and then I started a band called the Lourdes when I was 13 years old. Lourds. We won the Michigan Battle of the Bands in Detroit in 1963, and the prize for winning the Michigan Battle of the Bands was we got to open up the brand new Cobo Hall for Diana Ross and the Supremes and the Motown Orchestra, including the Motown Funk Brothers. So I was literally in the eye of the ultimate musical storm back then. Then my dad got transferred to Chicago in '65. Damn it, because we were the number one band in the Midwest, and I was just a kid. And when I moved to Chicago with my family, I started the Amboy Dukes literally the night after we landed there. I heard about a band called the Shadows of Night playing at a place called the Cellar, very famous, very pivotal geographical epicenter of new band experimentation and musical adventure. And so, that's going all the way back to the beginning of my musical cravings. And here I am, I'm 69 this year, and what we're doing on stage right now, if the 20-year-old Ted Nugent showed up, we'd kick his ass. I mean, what Jason Hartless does on drums and Greg Smith, the world's greatest bass player, my band, they put such fire and passion into every song, every concert. And of course, everybody knows that I've been playing for a long time, and they know when you go to a Ted Nugent concert, I'm gonna singe your skeleton. I'll turn your skull into talcum powder just from the grind and the groove. So this is the best tour of my life, the best band, the best audiences, the most fun, and that's really outrageous at my older age. But I'm clean and sober for 69 years, so my piss and vinegar factor is off the charts. I really, really love this stuff.
A lot of people always call you Ted because you're such a showman out there, and people know who you are. You've been in like Nickelback videos. Toby Keith gets you into a video. The Simpsons want you into the series on Sunday night. You've done a little bit of acting. So which one do you like a little bit better? You kind of into the acting now, doing some things for other bands, or still just being on stage each and every night?
I like snuggling with Mrs. Nugent most of all. Have you ever seen my wife, Shemaine?
It's a good decision.
God almighty. She's so damn beautiful and sexy. I about blow up every night. There's so many things in my life that are just so stimulating. I could keep you here for 100 hours and barely touch the surface, but when you look at my children, my grandchildren, my brothers and sisters, and all our extended family, and the family spirit of my band and crew, I get the best band and the best crew, the best management. Everybody in my life, I figured out a long time ago, you have to surround yourself with intelligent, passionate, work ethic people that will put their heart and soul into everything you do. So whether I did the Miami Vice thing or the Toby Keith movie, they were great experiences, but it always comes back to the music. I mean, I raced off-road professionally with Mickey Thompson and Parnelli Jones for about 12 years in desert races, and an old Detroit Motor City madman that loves horsepower and off-road racing. I literally have been to the mountaintop of that off-road racing world. And gentlemen, take a deep breath. I played bass guitar for Chuck Berry and Bo Diddley in 1970. I mean, where else can a guy go? I've jammed with the greatest musicians that have ever lived, and I could go on and on about that stuff because I'm not bragging, but I'm celebrating that. I think we can all agree that the greatest philosopher of all times was Dirty Harry when he said a good man knows his limitations. So I've always focused on killer music, and because everybody loves killer music, you end up getting in touch with the Hollywood, the movies, the racing, and more important than any of that is the charities, the children's charities and the military charities that Shemaine and I and the whole Nugent family have been involved with for so long. You spend enough time with heroes of the military who have sacrificed so dearly for the Constitution and our American dream, and you will get a fortified spirit and attitude and confidence that you're doing the right thing when they welcome you into their world, and especially families with terminally ill kids. So I could go on, but you'll see a lot of it on our Spirit of the Wild show, which has been the number one hunting show on Outdoor Channel for, 28 years now. And we're just, this is real. There's no BS. There's no political correctness. There's no, playing games. We don't have any take-twos. We don't have a script. And the only thing I do with teleprompters is shoot them. So what you see is what you get, and I think that's contagious.
Talking with legendary rock guitarist Ted Nugent. Ted, you mentioned a lot of your influences. How did you find your own voice as a guitar player? You can do that writing songs with lyrics and words that you want to say, but when it's notes as opposed to words, how do you express your voice and the ideas that you want to get across?
I get that a lot, especially with social media now. If you go to my Facebook, I recently have 36 million Facebookers, and there's always tens of millions on there. I think Zuckerberg and his liberal dirtbags have put that I have like 3.5 million, but I got some techno freaks in the government that have told me I've got like 30 million Facebookers, and the communication we have every day on Facebook is unbelievable because everybody loves kicking ass and being the best that you can be, and they love the music, and they love good welders, and they love the hunting honesty and the Second Amendment fight. They like this kind of stuff, so I get a lot of questions about how to create your own musical identity on your guitar, and the answer is the same for welding and archery and marksmanship and being a good parent and any gig that you want to be the best at, and that is time and repetition and focus and prioritization. You have to play that guitar all the time, and you have to get to the point where you're not playing notes, but you are the notes. When I created Stranglehold or Wang Dang Sweet Poontang, especially Wang Dang Sweet Poontang, did you know that
What does that mean, by the way? Just
you know that I not only wrote that, but I meant it. It means I'm in love, baby. But anyhow, when I create this music, and you'll see on Friday night, come on, when I pick up that Gibson Birdland through my amps that I'm constantly tweaking and messing around with and finding this outrageous, unlimited spectrum and colorization of voices out of my guitar, when I touch the neck, it literally has a life of its own because I practice and I play all the time since I was like 7 years old. So you have to love it. You have to always get after it with a lot of heart and soul. And when you do that, and again, archery is the same thing, and mechanics and plumbing and carpentry, all the important things in life take genuine monster animal effort. And when you put that heart and soul into it, all of a sudden on the guitar, it just happens. And so I've never sat down and gone, well, maybe I should write a song. Golly, what should this song be about? What key should it be in? I've never done that in my life. Tonight, when I get ready to go on stage, I will be in the dressing room, and I'll grab that Birdland and plug it into a Magnatone amp, and the guys will tell you, killer, brand new, grinding, grooving licks just happen every time because I've been with the dog squirrel hunting all day and with Mrs. Nugent, stream of consciousness. The soul is cleansed with the great outdoors lifestyle, and all of a sudden the electronic outrage just blows up out of my amplifier because I have such a clear conscience and a clear uninhibitedness that allows the natural rock and roll licks to just pour out. I'm a lucky guy. But I think it's because I made smart choices, and that started with being clean and sober my whole life. That's really the beginning of the most enjoyable, intense life you can ever have.
Ted Nugent with us at the Cotillion Friday night. Before we let you go, you've obviously been a champion of the right in your life and in your career. Yet recently you said it's time for less political rhetoric, less divisive talk.
Not really less, maybe more effective and efficient. For example, example, when I shoot a squirrel, I suppose I could just aim at the squirrel and kill it, but I'd rather aim for his ear. So I'm still shooting them, and I'm still going to eat them, but it's a more precise shot, shall we say. At my age, I see the insanity and the viciousness from the liberals and the Democrats, where if they think you might say something they disagree with, they'll burn a building down. I mean, how much LSD do you have to eat to get that nasty and stupid? So even as I use the word nasty and stupid and claim that they take a lot of LSD, very accurate information, by the way, I'm not backing down any rhetoric. I'm being absolutely honest. Instead of just telling someone to suck on my machine gun when they try to pass stupid, constitutionally infringing gun ban laws, instead of saying suck on my machine gun, I'll say, hey, we are not going to let you infringe on our Second Amendment rights. We're going to get more NRA members, and we're going to destroy your attempted legislation as you violate your oath to the Constitution and attempt to further infringe on my God-given, constitutionally guaranteed Second Amendment rights. And then I will not say, eat me afterwards anymore. I'll just say the important stuff.
All right, I feel the love. Ted Nugent will be at the Cotillion on Friday night. Ted, we appreciate your time very much. Thanks for joining us on the drive today.
Well, thank you guys, man. I appreciate yours and your radio show to get a whole kinds of truth and logic and common sense out there. God bless you, and God bless Kansas. You got a great a man, a great constitutionalist in Chris Kobach in Kansas, and I wish the rest of the country had more Chris Kobachs, man. He's a great man, and he will be rocking with us, so God bless you all.
Thanks, Ted. We appreciate it. That's Ted Nugent, ladies and gentlemen. A much softer and gentler Ted Nugent. Jack, thanks for getting that interview for us.
You know, Ted likes to talk, and he can roll it out.
That interview will be talked about around town.
Okay.
That's one that made some waves.
That's what he does.
Jeffrey and Matthew will lead you the rest of the way. They're going to do a Top 10 Thursday on TV theme songs. We'll have a ticket giveaway for Paul McCartney. That's coming up second hour. You're listening to The Drive on KFH.